Well, g'day and welcome to Rick and Ken Adventures. It's Friday afternoon here in Sydney. It's a beautiful day. However, we were supposed to be doing this from Glenbrook National Park. However, when we got there this morning, the gates were locked. They're doing some upgrades to the roads there, and so they're not allowing any hikers or any bike riders or anyone into the national park. So that was a bit of a disappointment, but anyway, we're here and it's a beautiful day here in Sydney. So today I want to talk to you about the footwear we wore on the Camino Primitivo, and we're going to talk about the shoes that we wore and the socks. And as you know, the biggest thing on the Camino Primitivo is foot management and controlling any moisture you might get on your feet, and of course moisture leads to blisters, and you don't want blisters when you're walking long distance walking, doing 350 kilometers plus. So the shoes that we wore on the Camino were the Ultra Lone Peaks. Now these are the Lone Peak 5s. I believe the Lone Peaks are up to 7 or 8 now. But these are the 5s of what we wore. And with the Primitivo, you've got, and you'll see from the videos, there's a lot of uphills and downhills, a lot of tracks, probably 60-70% is tracks versus roads. So you want a shoe that's able to climb up a mountain, come down the other side, as well as walk on roads where you're getting the heat coming through the asphalt. So with the Ultras, they have a good track pattern, as you can see there, and these are fairly new, these ones. The ones that I wore, the blue ones that you see me wearing quite often, they've probably done 600 or 700 kilometers, and they're just starting to wear out now. Those shoes are 3 years old, and it's actually wearing down past the sole to the black inner sole. So they last really well. The other thing is these are a barefoot shoe. What that means is they're actually a no rise. So the heel is at the same height as the toe. It takes a little bit of getting used to, but for long distance walking, it gives you a natural feel, and so you get less injuries in your ankles and your feet. The other thing that we do, as you know, is we use the Superfeet insoles. This is the Trailblazer. And it's got a nice hard piece here, so if you do stand on a stone, it's not going to bruise your foot. So, and we would pull those out each day and just let them air out. The other thing, these are not waterproof; they are very breathable. And so, you're going to say to me, well, you walked on some wet days, and yeah, between Cavado and Lugo, it was absolutely teeming down pouring, so I'll talk about what we did there. But these were a very breathable shoe, and highly recommend them. We wear these all the time. I've got 3 pairs of these now, and as I said, the first pair I've just started to wear out now. In addition to that, so what we do is we do wear toe socks as our inner socks, and so these are toe socks. And people say, well, don't they feel uncomfortable? Well, no, they actually feel really comfortable. These are wool. They're very, very slippery. The very first time you put on, you think they're a little bit strange, but you get used to them. Within 1 day, you'll be used to wearing these, and they're very thin, and you won't get blisters. That's so we wear these all the time. Ken, who's prone to blisters, wear these with woolen outer socks. These are from Mountain Designs, but we also wear the Darn Tough, as you know. And with these and these as an outer sock with a breathable shoe, Ken went 2 weeks and she had no blisters. I had no blisters. And as I said, Ken is very prone to blisters. So it's just a system that works. Just when you go to an outer sock, go for wool. It's just much more breathable. And you're trying to get that moisture away from your foot, so it's going to go through there, and out through the breathable shoe, and you won't get blisters. So it just works. Now, what you would see is that when we went from Cavador to Lugo and then Lugo to the next destination, we went through some pretty heavy rain, and you know, wearing a breathable shoe, the moisture's going to go straight through those. So the question, you know, oh, you've got to have a waterproof Gore-Tex shoe. Well, no, you don't. And my recommendation there is waterproof socks. Now, I'm like you, I thought it was a gimmick. So I bought 2 pairs of these, 2 pairs for myself and 2 pairs for Ken. And I thought, well, yeah, these will never work. What a gimmick. Well, we got them, and I put them on and put my feet in the swimming pool for about 4 or 5 minutes. Took them off, and whilst these were absolutely wringing wet, my feet were dry. Could not believe it. And these were an absolute lifesaver on the walk to Lugo. 30 kilometres up and down mountains, dirt tracks, roads, absolutely pouring, and we had dry feet. And without these, we very, very likely would have had blisters. So highly recommend. These are from sealskin. I believe they also do gloves now and hats, but yeah, these are the socks. They're a 3-layer. They have a wool inner layer, then the waterproof layer, which is breathable, and then a wool layer on the outside. So they're 3 layers. They're not much thicker than a wool sock. If anything, they're almost the same. They do have you might hear that, they have a strange sound to them, but that's the only negative, is the sound. Otherwise you wouldn't know they're a waterproof sock. So highly recommend those if you're doing the Camino, especially if you're wearing breathable shoes. That's all I had to talk to you about today. If you like the channel, please hit the like button. Please subscribe. It really helps the channel. And I hope that these ideas are giving you some thoughts for when you do the Camino and you get out there and do other hikes. So with that, have a great weekend. See you later. Cheers.